In a matter of minutes, a virtual news conference is being held concerning the extensive investigation into the 12 horse deaths at Churchill Downs during the spring meet. 2 of those deaths happened on Derby Day. Our focus team investigated these tragedies at the track extensively, reporting that experts believed what happened likely involved several different factors. Ahead of the news conference today, WHAS11, the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority, released a nearly 200-page report. After months of investigating, it concluded that it could not identify any one thing to explain the horse deaths at the track. The investigation looked at 3 primary factors: the track itself, veterinary records, and necropsies on each of the 12 horses, as well as any potential violations such as doping leading up to their deaths. Experts determined there were no major issues with the track and its surfaces were consistent with prior years. Veterinary records and necropsies showed no clear pattern for the deaths either. And WHAS11 found no rules violations. However, the investigation did point out that reporting injuries and fatalities need to improve and be more timely. Right now, it requires those reports within 3 days. This comes as racing is set to return to Churchill Downs this Thursday, kicks off the September meet. In response to the horse deaths, Churchill said it's purchased new maintenance equipment to test the track surface more frequently. It's also added resources to the veterinary team and established a new safety committee to address concerns and ways to improve. To read that full report from the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority, you can head to our website, WHAS11.com. Well, a handful of Kentucky lawmakers want the state's auditor to look into Jefferson County Public Schools. Kentucky Representative Jason Nemeth of Middletown is one of 12 Republicans requesting that audit. He cited ongoing issues within the district like violence and students struggling to read at grade level. Nemeth also said recent transportation issues added to the urgency of this request, but they'd been planning to ask about one for a while. A spokesperson for Auditor Mike Harmon's office said the team is reviewing the request, but there's no timeline on a decision. Nemeth believes an inspection will happen sooner rather than later.
We'll be meeting with them in the next couple weeks to start the process of planning and what it looks like and what questions they'll go into. But it's a full financial and management audit that we're requesting to be done.
Now, JCPS has pushed back. The district told us, quote, "We cannot ignore the concerns that this audit may be politically motivated rather than an impartial review of our operations. Instead of forcing JCPS to spend money on this audit, the legislature should prioritize investing in our schools directly to ensure quality education for all students." In the last 2 weeks, there have been at least 5 hit and runs reported in Jefferson County, and 2 of them were on the busy Dixie Highway. Our Ian Hardwick sat down with a city transportation leader who's made stopping these preventable tragedies her top focus.
We do see really regular fatal and serious injury crashes along Dixie Highway. We're going to continue to see those until we address roadway geometry.
Tragically, Louisville saw 2 of those deadly crashes over the weekend. A man in his early 20s died at the intersection of Dixie Highway and Crumbs Lane. So far, Shively police have received conflicting reports about what type of car was involved. But Claire Yates, project manager for Vision Zero Louisville, says the timing is common.
Most pedestrian fatalities occur in non-daylight hours, and so investing in adequate street lighting along a dangerous roadway has been proven to reduce fatal and serious injury pedestrian crashes.
Reducing those deaths to zero is her primary mission. It's a distant goal set for 2050 and part of the Vision Zero initiative. Yates says a culture shift is required in addition to more infrastructure and post-crash care.
I think there is quite a bit that motorists and roadway owners can do to improve safety for that pedestrian.
Earlier at the Dixie and Crumbs intersection, these pedestrians waited as cars drove through their right-of-way. The area lacks sidewalks, something Yates suggests will improve pedestrian safety there if installed. She says federal grant money could fund that infrastructure nearby at Dixie Highway and Bernheim Lane.
That might include adding a turning lane. That might also include building new sidewalks or adding curbing as well.
In Shively, Ian Hardwick, WHAS11, on your side.
Shively police are working to identify the car involved in Sunday night's crash. If you know anything, you're urged to call the Shively Police Anonymous Tip Line at 502-930-2SPD. Well, right now, Bullitt County is remembering a school bus driver who died in a crash on his way to work last week. Take a look at the tribute for Jason Benningfield. We showed this photo to you yesterday. The front hood of his school bus draped with a black ribbon, and "Rest in Peace" written out with Mr. Jason is written on his windshield. The 48-year-old died while driving his personal car last Friday. He'd been with Bullitt County Public Schools for about 5 years.
Mr. Jason was a very popular driver with his parents, his students, and his co-workers. He stood out here in the office. He just recently became a driver trainer himself. He was so proud of that, and we were proud of him.
A GoFundMe has raised nearly $2,000 to help his families with expenses. If you'd like to help out, there's a link in this story on WHAS11.com. An LMPD officer shot in the line of duty last week remains in critical condition at U of L Hospital. We know Officer Brandon Haley underwent 2 surgeries after that happened. An LMPD spokesperson said, "We are cautiously optimistic, and LMPD continues to ask for the community's prayers and support for Officer Haley and his family." Someone shot him while he was conducting a traffic stop last Thursday in the Chickasaw neighborhood. And as of right now, no one has been directly charged with the shooting. The Metro Police Foundation says Officer Haley is married with children. If you'd like to help, you can see that fund that is set up to help in his recovery, again on our story at WHAS11.com.